Welcome, Blood Wash Church. If you have been following along for the past couple of weeks, you may have noticed a trend. The messages have pretty much focused on listening for the voice of God. And not only listening for Him, but obeying Him. And we're going to continue along that vein today. What happens if we're doing all the things we know to do? We're listening for Him, but He's not saying anything. Well, I want to give you my own personal testimony of when this happened to me. Now, this was many years ago. I'm not being a big mouth blabbing and gossiping or whatever. It's many years ago, so no one knows who I'm talking about. But I was at a job situation, and there was a particular gentleman that was interested in me. And I kind of evaluated the situation, and I just said, oh, he would be wonderful. This guy, this is who God has sent, because I need someone to help me in the ministry. Now, this was my mind focus. I'm just being very transparent here. They could help me in the ministry. And not that anything was wrong with them in the natural, but I'm looking at it that I have this ministry that God has called me to do, and this person can help me. So I started praying. Oh, you're talking about praying. Like this but it was interesting that the Lord, He never said anything. I would sometimes, this went on for maybe 2 months, that I would just be before the Lord. He would say zero. Finally, one day I just said, okay, you're not saying anything to me about it, so I'm just not going to bring this up again. I'm going to leave it alone. Amazingly, once I said that, then all of a sudden, I go to work and I realize this person would not be suitable at all. Now, I want to make it clear before I go on, I am not male bashing, because this scenario would work for males as well as females, that all of us need the eyes of our understanding enlightened. But again, so I went to work and I started seeing things. Oh, what was I thinking? This person it's not God sent. Even though people at the job were pushing this. Oh, look, this is a godly man. And so, okay, moving forward, about a couple weeks later, someone asked me to go to a church that I had never been to before, but I went, met the pastor, and the pastor directed me to go to this prayer room. I went there. Now, again, no one knows me from anybody. And in this prayer room, this person started prophesying over me, this a woman of God. And I remember she said, the enemy has sent an angel of light to trip you up in your ministry. And I knew, and they described this person that was on this job. And it was clear that this was a setup of the enemy to get me off course. Now, I'm saying all that to say this. God was silent, because when I look back, when I first started thinking this might be the one, God was saying no. So He was silent because He says, I've already talked to you about it. I don't need to repeat myself. The answer is no. And the answer has remained no. And I had to get my will in line with His will. He doesn't always show us everything up front. Faith is His love language. And once I released my faith to say, Lord, your will and not my will, the light came on. So His silence, I'm asking you this. Does it seem like He's being silent, that He's not saying a lot to you? Go back and revisit the last thing He told you to do. What is it that you know He told you to do? Are you doing it? And if not, maybe that's why He's not saying a lot, because He has not changed His mind. This is a hard message, sort of, but it's a message sent in love, because we all want to stay on course. Now, God bless you. I love you. And I will see you next time. Bye bye.